Quote Retreat by Sandor. One quote, one reflection, one thought that could bring a moment of light and energy to your day. Join me as we take a look at today's quote. The quote is by Benjamin Disraeli, born 1804, died 1881. It reads, "The secret of success is constancy to purpose." Let's take a moment together to explore the messages within this quote. Success in today's world seems to be all about disruption and rapid change. But what if the real secret has been hiding in plain sight for over 140 years? A Victorian-era Prime Minister might have cracked the code with just 7 words.
You know, when you look at Benjamin Disraeli's quote about constancy to purpose, it really challenges our modern obsession with overnight success.
Well, what's fascinating is how Disraeli embodied this principle throughout his life. Here was someone who faced constant rejection. I mean, look at his first speech in Parliament. It was such a disaster that people literally left him out of the chamber.
That's incredible when you think about how he later became Queen Victoria's favorite prime minister. How did he manage to overcome such a humiliating start?
So here's what's really interesting. Instead of giving up, he made this bold declaration: "The time will come when you will hear me." And you know what? He spent the next decades proving it. Despite being Jewish in an era of intense anti-Semitism, despite massive personal debt, despite repeated political defeats, he just kept going.
It's almost like he was playing a completely different game than everyone else, right? While others were focused on immediate victories, he was thinking in terms of decades.
Exactly. And what's really mind-blowing is how he managed to maintain this consistency while being incredibly adaptable. Like, he wrote novels to address social issues when he couldn't make progress in Parliament. His book Sibyl exposed the huge wealth gap in Victorian society way before it was popular to talk about these things.
Well, that's particularly relevant today, isn't it? The way he used different platforms to advance his core purpose. It's like an early version of modern thought leadership.
You know what's wild? When he finally became Prime Minister, not once, but twice, he implemented some of the most progressive reforms of the Victorian era. The Reform Act of 1867 literally doubled the number of people who could vote. That's what happens when you stick to your purpose for decades.
The way he balanced being a conservative while pushing for social reform is pretty remarkable. It shows how constancy doesn't mean being rigid.
Right. And here's something that really gets me. His approach to failure was so different from what we see today. When he failed, he didn't pivot to a new business model or rebrand himself. He just found new ways to pursue the same core purpose.
That's such a powerful contrast to our current startup culture, where pivoting seems to be the default response to any setback.
And you know what else? His influence extended way beyond his lifetime. His concept of one nation conservatism shaped British politics for generations. That's what happens when you're constant to a purpose bigger than yourself.
So if we were to apply this principle today, what would that actually look like?
Well, I think it starts with identifying a purpose worth being constant to. Like, Disraeli wasn't just trying to advance his career, he was working to transform society. And then it's about maintaining focus through all the inevitable setbacks and changes.
The patience that requires is pretty remarkable in our age of instant gratification.
Yeah, and here's something else to consider. Disraeli's constancy wasn't just about persistence, it was about maintaining ethical principles. While being flexible about methods, he showed you can adapt your tactics without compromising your core purpose.
That's such an important distinction, especially in today's rapidly changing world.
Looking at modern leaders, you rarely see this kind of long-term purposeful persistence. We are so focused on quarterly results and short-term metrics that we've kind of lost sight of what real constancy means.
Well, it makes you wonder what we might achieve if we applied this principle to current challenges like climate change or social inequality.
Exactly, and that's where Disraeli's legacy becomes really relevant. He showed that meaningful change doesn't happen overnight. It requires that special combination of unwavering purpose and strategic patience. Maybe that's why his quote still resonates after all these years.
So in the end, it's not just about working hard or being talented. It's about finding something worth dedicating your life to.
And having the courage to stick with it, even when everything seems to be working against you. That's the real secret of success that Disraeli discovered. And it's just as true today as it was in Victorian England. With that, we conclude this exciting episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Your support truly helps this channel grow. See you again tomorrow. Yours, Sandor.